At least there's one actor in Hollywood who is not going to put up with their BS any longer. My friend's Brian Cox has reached the end of his rope when it comes to all of the woke insanity that is plaguing not just Hollywood, but our society as well. And in this absolutely epic video that we're going to be checking out here today, he completely shreds all of the woke insanity that is going on. And as some of you probably already know, this is not the first time that Brian Cox has made comments like this, but he decided to go completely scorched earth today, taking it to a whole new level that he hasn't taken it before. So let's get into all of this and see what is going on here. So this is all part of course, an interview that he had with Piers Morgan.
Are things worse now, or is our perception of life worse because of things like social media inflaming everything?
Well, I think...
And I would love to hear your guys' opinions on that in the comments. Let me know, do you think that life is worse now? And do you think that social media has anything to do with that? I definitely think so. I think that honestly, social media is absolutely terrible for people. But, you know, that's a whole different conversation for another time.
I don't think social media helps. It hinders rather than helps. And I think it points up too readily inadequacies that we can actually, and the whole woke, well, we've talked about this before, the whole woke culture, I think, is truly awful.
And the shaming.
The whole woke culture is truly awful. Absolutely based, coming from Brian Cox. And it's very obvious in a lot of the things that he has to say, not just in this interview, but in other interviews as well, that he is sick and tired of just how ridiculous things have gotten.
Culture.
And the shaming culture.
Which I really feel quite strongly about.
No,
this incessant need to shame and bury people.
And I don't know where it comes from. I don't know who's...
I know where it comes from. I know where it comes from. It comes from the powers that be that want to subjugate us to them under their neo-Marxist communist agenda. And the woke agenda is the communist agenda. They're very much in the same path. They very much have the same intentions. Woke is just another label for a lot of what is going on. And when it comes to the communist mindset, they know what they're doing, okay? The powers that be know what they are doing. They know that when they spur this type of stuff on, this is what they're going to get. They know what they're doing.
Who are the arbiters of this shaming?
Right.
And it's very hard to pin them down. And it turns out it's usually a bunch of millennials. You know?
Right. And who gave them the halos?
Mark Zuckerberg would be a great example of that, right?
I don't know.
I mean, it's extraordinary.
Well, I mean, I suppose in a way they're probably saying, well, you've all screwed it up, so we may as well do something about it. But it's from the wrong principle. It comes from the wrong place.
And Brian Cox doesn't end there. Let me tell you what, he understands the danger of what is happening with the woke agenda. Listen to this clip right here.
One was that there's a new theatre production of The Sound of Music, where there are literally warnings to audiences because they say the musical touches on Nazi Germany and the annexation of Austria, that an audience now has to be warned about The Sound of Music.
Well, this is what...
Which is just so dumb, so ridiculous, but this shows just how pathetic things are getting when it comes to society.
And I mean, this is what I can't stand. I can't stand the way we want to rewrite history. I can't stand the way we don't want to acknowledge history.
Yes.
And it's so important to acknowledge what our history is, because that defines who we are and where we've got to. And without acknowledging history, we are screwed. You're well and truly...
And what is it that the neo-Marxist communist agenda is very much focused on? Rewriting history, uprooting history. That is a huge part of their agendas. We're seeing more actors who are willing to be bold, who are willing to stand up, because so many people are getting sick and tired, and they're seeing the destructive pattern that is happening because of the woke agenda. With that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.